Going up Mr. Vista. Set, and away they go. And Seven Kingdoms, the favourite from the inside, has got away nicely. Is leading from Rip and Snip. Going up on the outside, Future Queen. Decoy Bell letting loose around the outside as well. And Cricket into House is just off them, and maybe a touch keen, followed by Chriselle, who is racing slightly wide. It's out 3 wide looking for a spot. It might be able to get in and drop in behind them, but no, it got caught out 3 wide. Further back in the field is Man from Memphis, and then came Black Sox Boy, who's down on the inside as they work off the back straight, and about 2 lengths away is Mr. Vista at the back of the field. It's down on the inside, in fact, and the Hawkeyes at the back of the field. A bit gloomy going down the back, and it's Rip and Snip leading the way a half. Second, Future Queen, and on the inside is Seven Kingdoms. Decoy Bell doing it tough 3 wide. Cricket into House is still pulling a shade back in the centre, and then came Black Sox Boy, who's on the inside. Out wider is Chriselle, followed by Mr. Vista, who's third from last. Well back Man from Memphis. It's back towards the tail of the field with the Hawkeyes struggling at the back. So the race to the 700 metre mark. Rip and Snip the inside, Future Queen the outside, Decoy Bell next, Cricket into House the middle. The inside Seven Kingdoms has had every chance, and then came Chriselle ridden up. Well back is Black Sox Boy, who's back in the centre and starting to struggle. Mr. Vista starting to pick up on the inside. Some of these are floundering in the conditions. The Hawkeyes now picking up the bit coming from last as they come to the home turn, and then Man from Memphis. So the leader on the turn. Seven Kingdoms is gone. It's dropped out. It's going to finish last. So around the turn, and Cricket into House gets out strongly now. 3 wide. Chriselle to the outside as well to come after Decoy Bell and Rip and Snip. But it's Cricket into House moving up on the outside of Decoy Bell, but Chriselle is coming down the outside. Rip and Snip battles on as well. Decoy Bell, Cricket in the House, Rip and Snip, and the Hawkeyes late on the scene. It's Decoy Bell and Chriselle, and the Hawkeye and Chriselle beat Decoy Bell, I'd say, and the Hawkeye wide out third, and they're followed by Cricket in the House, who looks certain to run a place but couldn't go on. Then Rip and Snip. Further back was a Man from Memphis. Well back too was Mr. Vista, who couldn't go on after picking up at the 800 metre mark. A long and distant last is Seven Kingdoms. Black Sox Boy well back as well. Chriselle has come down the outside. Number 11, Chriselle. Decoy Bell on the inside, and the Hawkeye out wider. But Chriselle has done the better work. And a bit of bird life getting in the shot there on the finishing post as well. So Seven Kingdoms dropped out on the turn. There's a problem there, I'd say, with this horse. For sure. It just started to lose a lot of ground. Okay, so Chriselle at $26. Big price. It looked to be struggling a bit out wide, but then it got back nearer the inside, about 1 off the fence at the 700, started to work into it.
The trade fair mare breaks through, and there was a little nibble on the WOP. We were saying in the preview it was 40s into $26, so there was someone who's pretty happy with the dividend and the result here today.
Well, that start last time out was wide the trip, no cover, beaten 13.5, so you could have forgiven that. The start prior I probably couldn't have forgiven, beaten 6 lengths, heels of plenty in a slowly run maiden, but that run going back 3 starts ago was quite impressive, beaten 3.4 by Float, our boat, Brit. So I suppose it's like with any maiden, if you dig deep enough you can make a bit of a case, but I was probably most impressed there with the effort of Decoy Bell, who sat 3 wide outside the leader, no cover, and in the end has gone down a fighting second and actually fighting back heavily on the line. So you'd imagine that stepping up over further, you'll get a maiden out of her, Decoy Bell, which is great news for Vern Brockman. But all honours with the patience that's been shown by Chriselle, and it's always good to see Tash Faithful riding winners in the metro area.
Yeah, it certainly is, and the Hawkeye managed to run on into third after being under a bit of pressure early, and the race managed to grab the bit and run on. So it's 11.84. We'll monitor that stewards report for the favourite. William Pike pulled up very quickly and returned to the yard and was just looking at it behind. It does look okay in the yard walking around, but we'll see what comes out of that. Obviously there will be an issue, you would imagine. 11.84, your numbers from race number 4.